In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we are here back from the conference, and we missed y'all for real. What, Miguel? What are you feeling like today, bro? I am beat,
dude. We survived, bro. I can't do all those late night and then all day events and then late night again, no sleep. Oh my god, dude, that's killer, bro.
Oh my gosh, I actually, I'm exhausted too, especially so last night of all the nights, right? So I flew out this morning, and last night you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bail," and I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I think it was probably a good idea.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I got back to like 4 a.m. or something ridiculous, and then I had to get up like 4 hours later and jump on a flight. But that's neither here nor there. We are here. We're excited. I was having withdrawals from not having the stream. I looked back when I was.
I thought you were talking about withdrawals of wearing shirts.
Listen, fam, check it out. We have got the gear on. You know, I got to tell you, we want to hear from the audience, right? We want to hear from the audience. Is this what do y'all want us to be wearing this as the new fit? Because I will tell you,
one over here, maybe somebody might win it. I don't know.
That could happen. We have got walking around the conference, we got nothing but absolute like hell yeah. That's the response that we got. Everybody loved it. They thought it was fun. It was interactive. Everybody wanted to know, it says Keeper across my back, it says Crusader across his back. Everybody wanted to know, what are we doing? So they wanted to talk about Danger Close Alpha. So tonight at 9 p.m., we're going to talk some more about Danger Close Alpha. Do not miss it. We've got some big little something happening on the Twitter space tonight. And I'm excited. So, what I wanted to say was, chat, let us know. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want. Let me mute that. Sorry. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to see this be the new fit. Drop a 2 if you think we're just being ridiculous and you don't like it. I got to tell you, most people, would probably be dropping a 1 at the at the conference. So what's going on? What's on the podium tonight, brother?
Dude, we got all kinds of stuff happening, right? FTX is still obviously a topic that's being spoken about. I mean, tons of people. We even got interviewed at the conference by a reporter, and the first thing they brought up was FTX, right? So Charles Hoskin has come out talking about the importance of decentralization. The Federal Reserve has kind of hinted at, maybe starting to slow down the interest rate hikes, which is a good thing. And Bitcoin and Ethereum have been moving today. We've also got more talks about decentralization with Telegram making an effort to launch a decentralized exchange here. So let's see if that actually works out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, the talk of decentralization was a big one at the conference for sure. Everybody wants to know, how do we get away from all these centralized issues? And like Crusader was saying, we did a number of interviews, but one of the interviews we did, that was one of the first things they were asking about. So we're going to dive into that tonight. Before we do, first of all, smash the likes, get in the Discord, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter following has been jumping a little bit. Maybe some of y'all saw your boy Keeper was reading some woman the riot act last night at a party. She went after my boy Ben. She went after my boy BitBoy, and we're not going to stand for that.
That was just wild.
Y'all are going to see. Let me just take a quick pause for that. Y'all are probably going to see some content, and I don't know where people are going to clip things, how they're going to clip them, whatever. But I have the full video from a few feet away of what happened. There was an interaction where somebody in the crowd effectively just started just going after Ben, attacking, right? And this is a woman that did not know him. Okay. I don't want to give her too much screen time. She was the woman that is in the tweet that I'm standing at the, in the kitchen, kind of, getting after it, talking to. Bottom line is that if you don't know someone, then you don't personally attack. Right. If you know someone and you have a personal attack.
Yeah, it was a very emotional reaction. It wasn't a logical argument. Like, if you have facts, you have logic, like, hey, you've done this and I can prove this, and this, right?
Yeah.
But it was just an emotional reaction, very not logical at all, and it just kept escalating towards more emotions. I mean, it lasted like an hour.
Yeah, it was bad. It was at the end. It was at the end of a panel, and I want to say this. This is what I want to say. Just standing up right now for my boy Ben. If you see little clips where like he says something and then they just clip it, and what he says is wild, they're going to take it out of context. There were some things that were said in front of a lot of people that, taken out of context, will look kind of right. But just trust me, I've got the whole video. If y'all want to see it, I'm going to talk to Ben about it, see if he wants me to actually post the whole video. But then the tweet thing that you guys saw of me and Cassius Cuvée and who else is standing there? J Chains talking to this woman. That woman showed up at our party last night, and that's that's what was going on. So, anywho, let's take a look at the market, see what's going on, and we'll dive on in. So, the cryptocurrency market cap is at $864.89 billion. That's with a B. Still not back up to that T. That might be a while. We're up 3.69% though. Bitcoin's at 17.1. Hey, Crusader, you said yesterday, we'll see if we can hold 17. And it looks like we have. I don't know how long it'll be, but ETH is creeping on that 1300. Bitcoin has held 1700. So I guess we will we'll see where we head from there. I think the rest of the top 10, not really a whole lot going on. XRP at 40 cents. Cardano
Matic up 10% today. Holy smokes, what's happening with Matic? Dude, Matic's been doing so many good things and been popping out on the news that even right now it doesn't stay below 90 for long. It's pumped over $2, come back down, pumped over $2 again. Yeah. It's definitely a force to be reckoned with right now.
Apparently, Michael already spoke to Ben. So since you already spoke to him, I will. I'll get that. I'll get that posted for you, bro. All right, let's dive in. Stick around at the end. We're going to talk about why we think, or some information that we're getting as to why Bitcoin and Ethereum may be having the jump up and where we think that's headed. So stick around for that. Let's kick it off with Telegram. Let's talk about that. We like to chat on Telegram. It's a nice place to get involved with people without having to give away your personal phone number. Telegram announces plans to build decentralized crypto exchange following FTX failure. Okay. Let's talk about it. As the collapsed crypto exchange FTX shakes faith in the industry's centralized players, Telegram is stepping in to build trustless and decentralized alternatives. In his Telegram channel on Wednesday, Pavel Durov, the messaging platform's founder and CEO, announced the company would begin building non-custodial wallets and decentralized exchanges that would let millions of users safely trade their crypto. Let me pause. Non-custodial. A lot of people get that wrong. They hear non-custodial and they're thinking that they aren't custodying, the person isn't custodying their keys. That's not correct. Non-custodial means the exchange is not custodying their keys. That means the individual has their own keys. So I just throw that out there. A lot of times people get confused with that. This way we can fix the wrongs caused by excessive centralization, which let down hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrency users, said Durov. I'm actually just going to kick it right there. So why would we want Crusader a Telegram, something like Telegram, that is a social platform where we chat, where we interact, we share content, whatever the case may be? Why would we want them getting involved in that manner?
Well, we wouldn't really want Telegram, right? It's not about a want towards Telegram creating something, but a lot of crypto people use Telegram, right? We were at the conference, and every time you spoke to somebody new, they're like, "What's your Telegram? What's your Telegram?" Right? So there is a lot of connections in the crypto space through Telegram, but it's not the fact that it's Telegram, the company, right? The only important thing is that Telegram is a successful company. They've been running around for a good amount of time, so they know how to do business, and you would assume that they would know how to do business in the crypto space. And Telegram is about privacy. It's not really that private at all, but it has the whole connotation about being private. So the whole fact that they're moving into the decentralized space right now with everything that we've seen, right? Shout out to Crypto Zombie. He said it the best at the panel yesterday, which is all the things that have been happening bad in the crypto space in the last 6 months to a year, right? Celsius, Luna, all these things have come from centralized players. Centralized players have been the ones collapsing all these things, and they're the ones who've been behind it. Decentralization is very important, and this could make a focus and a big push for crypto companies to start focusing more on decentralization. Also, the fact that heavy regulations are probably going to come out of these big scenarios like FTX, these companies are going to go decentralized. so they don't buy the regulation.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are trying to pivot a little bit and trying to, what's kind of snake their way through because they don't know what's actually happening. So they try to make one move one way and then kind of let me hedge over here. And so they're trying to make different moves to get themselves in a position to be a player in the space when they just don't know what's happening. So I think that's what a lot of these companies are doing. I like Telegram. I have no problem with any of these platforms wanting to decentralize themselves. The fact is, we talked about this before, when it's when the pure part of decentralization is the fact that we don't have that entity, that centralized entity, that point of failure. The hard part about it is generally, unless you figured out a really good way to do it, you don't also have that centralized point of almost like the boss that says, hey, X, Y, and Z has to happen. People are getting paid to do this, that, and the third. So fully decentralized is a really tough thing to do. But I'd love to see us be able to work towards it. It would be
John
really
Connor
cool.
over here says, is there any time you would buy XRP? There was actually a scenario brought up when we
we did.
Yeah.
Yes,
and the
we
scenario
did.
is, don't get too excited, people, but the scenario is the fact that if I was forced to purchase between XRP or Hex/Pulse Chain, if I had to pick one, I would buy XRP over Hex and Pulse Chain. That'd be the only scenario.
Yeah,
but that'd be completely forced with my life on the line.
Why did I ask you that? What were we talking about when I brought that up?
How it was brought up. We were on a live on TikTok, and somebody asked something. I think.
Oh no, I think somebody said something about Hex, and I said, "Wait a minute, what about Hex?" And then kind of went into it from there. Yeah. But yeah, there it is. You heard it here first. Crusader will be buying XRP if he has a what to his head, and it's Hex or XRP.
Talk about taking videos out of context. First sentence. Crusader will be buying XRP. Just cut that out. That's it. A whole out of context video.
That's right. That's exactly what's about to happen with the other day. Trust me, on stage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Michael says, I want to know more about that new blockchain I hinted at. Yeah, there's a lot more information about that. We're going to be in talks with some people, see what we can do. Nothing is obviously on. It's definitely interesting, but nothing is promised. There's a lot of things to be worked out in the back end for it, but we'll keep you guys updated.
I mean, ultimately, I will say the one thing that I loved about it as the politics keeper, I loved the fact that it was absolutely not able to be no governmental fugazi is going to be happening there, right? We actually would be able to be foolproof. Like, you're not taking down our packets, essentially, if you understand how messages move through the interweb,
encrypted messaging, all this stuff. And no matter what you have, if you just have a way of transferring data one way or another, it can get done, and you will continue.
Yeah, super dope. Let's keep going on decentralization while we're on it before we dive into what the heck's going on with Bitcoin and ETH. Again, welcome back, everybody. Glad that you guys are here. If you're just joining in, we are back from Decentral. It was a fantastic time. We had a great time on the panel, seeing everybody. Everybody obviously loved the outfits. I think we're going to stick with the DCA vests. We really like them. I hope that you guys like them. And smash the likes, jump into our Twitter.
And don't forget about our Twitter space tonight. 9 p.m. after the show. 9 p.m.
Yeah, make sure that you're there for that, especially if you if you haven't already bought any commodities, you really should get in there, because I don't know where else you're going to spend 0.01 to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe somebody's got it figured out, but I haven't figured out. That's a really good rate of return, ROI opportunity. But jump in if you want the information on that.
Sure. A lot of people like to spend a lot of money on the lotto, and they have a way bigger chance of winning this than winning the lotto. I can tell you that.
No doubt. Cardano's Hoskinson, FTX collapse proves absolute need for the buzzword of the night, decentralization. According to Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, the demise of FTX is a bellwether for a move from companies and people to protocols. There's Charles himself. Well, listen, dude, this has never, ever been a style or a good look, and these guys get away with it. The t-shirt, the Cardano t-shirt over top of a striped button down, I got to tell you, that is not my favorite of looks.
What matters is the brains, bro. The brains and the money. That's what matters. You can wear whatever you want when you got brains and money.
With the amount of times I changed clothes to try to figure out what outfits I was wearing before we went out, dude, I mean, it must be because of the lack of brains then, right?
And money.
The recent collapse of crypto exchange FTX highlights the absolute need for decentralization. Bada Bing just said that. Speaking of the Financial Times Crypto and Digital Asset Summit, Hoskins said that crypto industry has never been stronger in terms of its offerings to the TradeFi, traditional finance, marketplace, and the world as a whole. But the recent collapses, such as FTX, have demonstrated the need for decentralization and proof of reserves. The failures we're having aren't failures of protocols. They're not failures of DeFi. Hoskins said they're failures of trust. They're failures of regulation. They're failures of people. He added that these failures of trust in both crypto industry and the traditional finance industry are a driving shift from companies and peoples to protocols. Let me ask you this. So can we operate? So one of the things that we argued with Tornado Cash was that you're trying to shut down a protocol, like an open source protocol that could be able to be used, and we said code is law, right? Do you believe that in an example like this, where Charles is talking about this, do you believe that we can move to a point where we don't have these companies in charge of effectively the code sitting in front of us? Or is there always going to be that shoestring, that being tugged on from these companies to keep control?
The problem is with decentralization is the reason why it's a difficult future, but a very needed future, right, is because decentralization takes power away from the centralized entities, the governments, the institutions, whatever it is. They don't want to give up that power, so they're going to fight decentralization as much as they can, right? That's why they shut down Tornado Cash, and all these things. Instead of doing a different approach, right? If you see Tornado Cash as a threat to your power somehow, build a better tool than Tornado Cash and decipher what Tornado Cash is encrypting, right? But if they can't do that, they just use a sledgehammer, throw in the law, and then just ban things and put people in jail for it. Which is crazy because they put the guy in jail that created Tornado Cash, but yet Duquan and SPF are still running around free.
Well, Addison wants to come in and tell you about decentralization. She wants to also tell you, get yourself a Ledger hardware wallet. The code is down below the video. Mwah. Say, hold your crypto on a hardware wallet. Right, baby? Yeah? Yeah. Mwah. I love you.
But yeah, I think decentralization is the only way that we do not have a dystopian future lying ahead of us. That is the only fork in the road that can save us from truly having a dystopian future, because that is the only thing that has hope that the people will regain power from these centralized entities, governments, and institutions. If decentralization doesn't actually take root and grow and outcompete the centralized forces, I'm not saying that it has to be fully decentralized, but have a good competition level of decentralized versus centralized. It's dystopian future 100% of the way. And by the way, Michael, yeah,
I already pulled it up. Listen, I already pulled it up. You didn't even see me pull it up.
I had the same thoughts. I just want to question. I just want to talk about it. I had the same thoughts. No. I was there. I was there. I saw how many outfits
you can't question. You can't question the outfits. What you can question was my axe throwing. That's what you can question.
You guys don't even want to see that.
It was the most pathetic thing. Listen, I could not. I wanted to break my wrist like I was throwing a baseball, and so every time I would come back to throw it, I would break my wrist, and it would thunk, and it would like come down. The funny thing is, I've done it before, and I was fine, but they were bigger axes. I think what it came down to was I'm so incredibly strong, Miguel. Let's talk.
Oh yeah.
I'm so strong that when I would go to let go of.
By chopping their toes, by just chopping their toes.
No, it was the sheer just power coming out of that act. It just couldn't even boom.
Let me tell you, the guy next to us, that Vitalik Viking, that guy was throwing those axes at like 200 miles an hour. So and he was like this. So he had way more power than your throws.
Oh my gosh, you guys should have seen him though, for real. He was like winding up and throwing an axe and sticking it on point, on command. I mean, we wanted him on Team DCA. You wanted to trust me on this one. Don't give me the axe. Give me the things I have sitting next to me over here, okay? Or give me these, right? I don't need the axe to throw at somebody, okay? We'll do hand to hand, or we'll do pew pews. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. All right. Now, actually, Crusader was killing it though. I'll tell you who was the best though.
Seth.
The best was Seth. Mind your biz.
Yes.
Mind Your Biz was the best at the axe throwing for sure. I mean, he was. They had a game where you had a whole bunch of boxes and you had to pick your box. We didn't have to pick it. They started calling their boxes. And the boxes were probably like, I don't even know, like this big.
Yeah, it was a good distance too.
Yeah, it was impressive for sure. So I'm gonna brush up on my axe throwing since
I'm gonna post that video in the Discord so you guys can.
Yeah, you guys listen, stand by. It's good stuff. I'll tell you what. All right, so last but not least, let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin and ETH because we want to know what's going on with the market. If I could pull up, what's the title on this thing? Bitcoin and ETH. Here we go. Bitcoin and Ethereum jump as Fed chair signals slowing rate hikes. The wider crypto market jumped with stocks Wednesday after Jerome Powell hinted at less aggressive interest rate hikes to come. Okay. It's funny here, dude. I look at this. This looks to me like a rolled up. Does this not look like a rolled up dollar bill to you? Like you can see where it's like rolled up, right?
Yep.
It's because all of these people in the Fed and the government are snorting something to continue to push out some of the kind of craziness that they try to put in front of people. They've got to be on drugs of some sort. Bitcoin and the wider crypto market jumped Wednesday after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said in a speech that December would likely bring in smaller interest rate hikes. The biggest cryptocurrency by market cap was trading for 17,102 at the time of writing, up 2% in the hour after Powell's speech and over 4% in the past 24 hours, according to CoinGecko. ETH jumped even more, is up over 6%, which, guys, that's how this works if you haven't been paying attention. In 24 hours, trading hands for $12.87. Major digital asset was up following the comments by Powell. The time for moderating the pace of rate increases may come as soon as the December meeting, he said. The central bank last year has upped interest rates 0.75, that's 75 basis points. If you ever hear us talk about basis points, BPS, basis points is the number of percentage points. So 75 basis points is 0.75%. 100 basis points, 1%. 125, 1.25. They did that four times. They did that 4 times in order to get inflation, currently at a 40-year high in the U.S., under control. It's expected the Fed will, at its final meeting next month, raise interest rates by 50 basis points, which is 0.5 percentage points. The crypto market has closely followed the equities this year. This is because investors largely consider them risk-on assets. Okay, so I've talked about this for a while. We have different thoughts on where we thought this was headed. Now, one of the great things about being a human being is you're allowed to be wrong. So, Crusader, since you've been wrong as this has happened, talk to the people. Talk to the people about how you're feeling about the dollar moving upward, pushing us towards deflation, which is now making them back off. It was almost like I literally wrote. It was like a poem what I wrote about how this was going to happen, and it's just
I have no idea what you're talking about because the dollar is literally on life support. It is being artificially pushed up. I wouldn't say that the dollar is actually gaining any type of strength at all. It's just like saying, "Hey, that guy takes steroids, so he's way stronger." It's like it's not real, right? It's fugazi. So the fact that they're doing that with the dollar, right? It's only temporary. It's going to be short lived, and then we're going to go right back down into quantitative easing and nothing but straight down, right? The dollar's already lost 98%. They're trying to hang onto those last 2%. And every time the dollar pumps a little bit, like, oh, the dollar's so strong right now. And it's like, well, let's look at the entire history. We're up this much in the entire
we're in
history.
trouble.
Like this low.
We're in trouble.
So for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The dollar is in trouble. And they're just trying to fight it, right? They're trying to prolong the process as long as possible before they can switch over to their CBDCs and try to combat the decentralization of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. Michael says you can't snort Bitcoin. You have to chop it up into little Satoshis. And then you can snort those. That's fantastic. Razor blade, mirror, and Bitcoin. All right. We're going to get in trouble for that one, I'm sure. No. So Crypto Fam, first of all, I'm going to dive into this, talk a little bit about it. But before we do, we got 51 people in the chat. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you for being here. Make sure that you smash the likes. Make sure you're following us on both of our Twitters. Make sure you're in the Discord. And make sure tonight at 9 o'clock you are on the Twitter space because we have some big things happening that are going to happen in the Twitter space that you're going to want to be there for, especially if you are in the game trying to win that 5 ETH.
Hey, Nick, how was the match to win that belt back there, bro?
Listen, it was fire. Top ropes, just diving, dropping bows. You know what I mean? what I do want to say is that Michigan, Ohio State, just real quick, let me address this.
Oh yeah, let's tell
I'm
the
back in
people.
town. I have not yet went into the barbershop. Okay. I got to figure it out, but I'm going to keep you guys posted. I can't do anything except for try to promote this. So I think I'm going to promote it on TikTok. Maybe we'll run it on YouTube. I am going to have my head shaved and dyed into a Michigan football helmet. This is going to be awful. I finally got my hair to like the length where I was like happy with it. And my huge annoying cowlick that I have in my hair was like, just, whatever. And now, no. So it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be so bad. And it's going to be dyed at least yellow, but possibly yellow and blue. I am not looking forward to it. Let me see.
I just want to say, what's worse than that haircut is all them muscles, yet no skill in throwing axes.
I know.
Artificial strength.
Yep. Artificial. It absolutely is that. So yeah, so I'm in trouble. Ohio State did lose. That's the second time that I've lost a betting on Ohio State that had any significance. I don't think I'm going to bet on Ohio State anymore. I lose. I don't bet on really anything anymore, but I seem to lose. So maybe I'm the bad luck charm there.
It's just like crypto, right? When you buy, it drops. If you don't buy, it pumps. And if you hold on, it just goes sideways. No matter what you do, you always lose.
I know. I'm telling you. Well, crypto fam, here's my thoughts. The dollar, yes, over time going away. There's a reason that the New York Fed has a 12-week CBDC rollout happening. They are ready to rock with this. They can call it a little test market. They can finesse it however they want. It's a game plan. It's set up in the background. It's going to happen. You are going to have smart contracts attached to your money. I'm going to have smart contracts attached to mine. How long it's going to be before they actually take the dollar out of circulation and make you effectively exchange it in, I don't know that, or if they even will do that. I don't know. I think that they will at some point. I still think it might be a little while, but at the point that they are effectively forcing you to get rid of your dollars, they are saying outright one thing: no more privacy whatsoever, none at all. Period. And stop. And so that's what I'm concerned about with us playing around with the interest rates. My other concern is what's going to stop us from doing that. Like, what's going to be the difference? So we moved to a CBDC. Obviously, the difference is more control, less privacy, because they can.
Money.
Yeah. So it's programmable money, so they can do whatever they want. The problem is this, though. Are they going to have like a set, cap on the money and everybody's going to know what it is? Absolutely not. So now we have programmable money that they can do whatever they want with it, whatever, right? And they can print and burn. And that's ultimately what they're going to do. They are going to manipulate this money the same way that they've manipulated everything else on planet Earth. And I just, I don't know. I'm scared about it. If I'm honest,
same. It's going to be the same fugazi that the fiat is right now. The only advantageous events it's going to have for them, not for us, is the fact that they can make it disappear, right? Like when they gave you your stimulus check last year or so, they're going to say, hey, you're going to only spend it in X, Y, and Z. You got X amount of time. You can't save it. You can't invest it. And if you don't spend it in X, Y, and Z at the time that we said so, poof, gone. And they take it back, right? And they can put all these restrictions on how you use your money.
Not a chance, Rob. Not a chance. Rob says if it's on a CBDC blockchain, does that mean the public gets to see what the government spends their money on? Not a chance.
Nope.
They will. Now listen.
Here's what they'll say. XRP's got its private ledger that everybody runs. Yeah. That's what they're going to be running on.
Yeah. So and effectively, here's what the argument will be. The argument will be: we would show you, and we'd love for it to be that way, but in order to control or for national security purposes, we cannot show you openly. Now, I will say, there is some validity to that. We don't want, other countries knowing everywhere we spend money and what we're doing exactly. So I do agree with that.
Put all the governments in the world on the same blockchain public. We all know China's spending a bunch on military.
Oh yeah, but then they're playing chess moves in the background with like spending money like somewhere where it looks like you're doing something, but you're not actually spending money on that.
Right now, you're doing the same thing right now, right? You're like, are you're speculating? Are they spending on this or are they spending on that? What is it? Hush, it's not a secret. Just make it everybody's public. Everybody sees it. Then you got to speculate. Is it real? Is it not real? Like,
so just make it full on where you're saying everybody. That would be wild. That would really be wild. I would be more of a fan of that than, letting them do private and putting us on a
for
public.
sure.
You know what I mean?
For
And
sure.
I also wonder, are we going to be totally public? Because the fact that I could jump on the blockchain and see what and where my neighbor's spending money gives me, I have questions. I don't know
I
that
don't
that's
wanna see
going to
that.
happen.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. For sure. This guy threw out a good question. Everybody is
Yeah.
expecting 10 to 12 with the
Okay.
Fed slowing rates in 2023 looming. Do you think we're going to see 12K, or we're going to slowly dive into a recovery rally to 21, 24? What do you think?
Man, I've been saying the same thing for a long time. I think that we've taken a big hit. The FTX thing was a big hit and really hurt us. But I still thought we were going to see more pain. I personally am concerned that we are going to get some sort of a news catalyst. I'm not talking about TA. I don't even think it's going to be like the slow bleed. I think we're going to play around where we're at these numbers, and whether it's next week, next month, or next year, at some point, I think we're going to get some big event that's going to crush these markets. And I think it's going to be a quick COVID-like opportunity where you don't take the opportunity, you missed it, and it might be your last time to get it. That's what I think. If that doesn't happen, then I think if that doesn't happen, that scenario doesn't happen, we're close to the bottom. Let's put it that way. We got to be close.
Yeah, I definitely think that the only way we're going to go lower is some type of black swan event, right? That's where you're kind of looming at.
Yeah.
If no black swan event occurs, which is another, like, right, BlockFi just started. People are starting to become numb to these companies going down, right? BlockFi just announced that they're going down, bankrupt, or whatever. Nothing happened. The market didn't even move. We're actually going up now. So I think it's all dependent on the Federal Reserve and that sentiment of the Federal Reserve. People now think that whatever happens with the dollar, Bitcoin is 100% correlated. If the dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down, and all this stuff just because of the Federal Reserve. That's kind of a thing that's going to break off eventually, because it's never been like that before. So with that being said, it's only a matter of time before quantitative easing occurs and we start seeing these slowdowns and we take off. So unless a black swan event, and it has to be a big one, because people are getting numb to these exchanges or crypto businesses going down, where I don't think we're going to see any lower prices.
Or some sort of like a wild regulatory move that's just absolutely like out of left field, where it's scary. I could see that as well. Well, crypto fam, listen, you could be anywhere on a Wednesday night and you are here with Debate Crypto. Thank you for being here. Jump in, get involved with Danger Close Alpha. We're giving away 5 ETH. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we can say, right? Listen, we want
people wanted more ETH. The people said one day you guys are gonna give more ETH, right? I said yes, we will. And literally in a time span of less than a month, we devised a way to make it happen, and we pushed the limits from not just 1 ETH, not just 2, but all the way to 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you guys want from us.
Yeah.
We're doing our best here.
So come on out tonight, 9:00. Be there for that. Jump in the Discord. Get involved some sort of way. Get yourself your commodities. They're still minting right now. I think we're around 730, 750, somewhere in there.
Don't miss the Twitter space. Do not miss the Twitter space tonight.
So you're going to want to be there. You're going to want to be there for that. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about an hour from now. So Crypto Fam, again, thank you for being here. We're glad to be back. We'll continue streaming tomorrow. We're going to rock out the rest of this week and moving into next week. Guys, we are going hard moving forward. And I want to tell you, we have brought someone on. I'm not going to announce names, but we brought somebody on to do some management stuff for us in the background. And so you guys are going to see like some little changes happening, just some little things going. We've got some sponsorships that, we're working in there. Always going to be, companies that we believe in what's happening. It's not going to be us start like shilling any craziness or whatever. But you're going to see some changes starting to happen with the channel. And we are hoping and praying that with those changes comes growth, because that's the game plan. We're paying somebody to help us grow, to help us be more organized, to help us just be better for you, to give you more information on time, when you need it, where you need it. And we're going to continue to do this one big thing, and that's question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.